So, I have a mail call sticker from Dave. StrokedFirebirdable, right? StrokedFirebirdable. I always get that confused. That's why I have to look at it. So thanks, Dave, and appreciate the note. This will go on the cabinet here in a little bit. Ignore the mess. Okay, there you are, Dave. If you're watching this, there's your sticker. Excellent sticker too, by the way. Love that thing. I love your car too. My brother, my younger brother who passed away a couple of years ago, he had one of those, and I just loved it. But when I went looking for one, I couldn't find one. And so I wound up getting a 69 Camaro, which led me to my 80 Camaro, which led me to, it was just like a succession of Camaros and Novas after that. So, but it's on my list of cars to get eventually. So, basically I'm just stripping parts this weekend. I was going to do the seals on the forks. We'll see. I might still do it, but I think given how much paint I have to strip, I might just focus on that for now. Also got the chain soaking. I'll show you that in a minute. Short of that, I'm not sure what else is going to happen this weekend. So I'll bring you back if there's anything more interesting. But short of showing you the sticker on the cabinet and the chain, show you how that's progressing. That's about it. Time, just to make sure the major part of the grit is gone. But overall, I'm happy with the way the chain's looking right now. But I don't mind letting it soak a little longer. I want it as clean as possible when I start the season. Now, this has a couple of downsides. Let me just show you real quick. So one of the downsides is you'll get all sorts of oil slung on the underneath of your bike. This is the center stand, and you can see it's pretty nasty. So that is the downside, but at least you have a good chain and you know it. So, and with doing it this way too, I don't have to worry about servicing it all summer. I'll check it, but I generally don't have to do anything with it, and I don't need a separate oiler for it. So that works out kind of nice. Just opened my bottle of coffee stout by New Glarus. Okay, so one thing, I was taking the swing arm and getting ready to get the paint off of it, just get it ready to get the paint off, and I noticed the bushing in there just wasn't moving as freely as it should, and so I took it out. Now it just happens I had an old axle that fits perfectly in there, because basically this just sits in there, and you push it out, but you have to do it gently. But I mean, it's pretty thick. You're not going to damage it, but why take the chance? So anyway, I got it out, and it was just a big pile of rust in here with a little bit of water. That's where the Zerk fitting goes, right there. So I've been greasing it this whole time, thinking the grease was doing something. It was probably not even going in very far. Anyway, I cleaned it out, and this is now not rusty anymore. I still have to clean the inside of that pipe out, or the bushing, but that's something you might want to look at. The end caps have a dust cover on them, and that dust cover is pretty knackered, so I'm going to see if I can get a couple more of those. And this shaft, which bolts it to the frame, is slightly bent for some reason. So I'll try and straighten it out. If I can't, then I'll just buy another one. They're they're readily available. They're just not super cheap. But if I can reuse this one, I'm gonna, and then I have to chase these threads because this bolt will only bolt so far. Something else I didn't know. So it was probably just in there real loose and not snug like it should be. So and with these caps letting water in, that's probably why they rusted. So if you're taking your bike apart, check where your swing arm connects, because I know in the newer models they have bearings in here, but this one's just basically a bushing, you know, really long bushing, but still. So just thought I'd point that out. So that's pretty much it for this weekend. I didn't get a lot more done. I managed to get some of the paint off of this wing arm, the triple tree and the center stand. And don't let anybody tell you that rattle can paint is flimsy, because I tried sandpaper, I tried wire wheel. I have these coarse wire wheels specifically for stripping paint. Nothing. I had to resort to a zip strip, and it took several coats of that before it would even come up. So I'd say it was pretty good job of sticking to the paint, to the metal. Of course, now I'll have to neutralize it and make sure it's clean or whatever, but it's alright. But I didn't get much more than this done. Had to go look at my sister's, my wife's sister's plumbing. She has a problem with one of her toilets. It's just constantly running, so I had to take care of that. I didn't get home until almost 10, so just went to bed pretty much right after I got home. And then we met some friends for lunch this morning, and then that turned into them staying until noon, I think. And then I had some things to do around the house, and then I had to wait for some other friends to show up. And then I just got a call from my niece. She's got some problems with her car, so she's on her way over for me to look at that. So I'm gonna have to put all this away and try again, I don't know, during the week at some point. It's just fine. It's supposed to, I think, well, it was 60 today, 60 Fahrenheit. It's supposed to be 50 tomorrow, but then after that, it's supposed to drop down into like 25, and windy and just generally miserable. So that'll give me something to do later in the week when I don't, can't do anything outside. I can come in here and get some work done. I've got a lead on a pair of new pair of shocks for my bike. They're just stock shocks, not new, used ones, but in pretty good shape. So that'll save me some money, because I'm basically going to exchange some computer work for the shocks, and a rear tire. Might be getting a fatter rear tire finally. I want a wider rear tire because I can't believe how ridiculously skinny this back one is, but I don't want to go too wide so that it affects handling. The tire I had on there initially was way too wide, but I think this one will be a nice compromise. So I hope. So anyway, I'm going to stop gabbing, get cleaning, and hopefully everybody had a good weekend. And hopefully I'll have another one up soon, sooner rather than later. All right, cheers.